Pickleball Central here at HCC. Championship Court, Drew Felios with Rob Cassidy. Marathon coverage continues here on Championship Court. Wherever you're watching, however you're watching. Today we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we're of course on ESPN3 as our partnership continues. Samsung TV as well, Roku, all over the world. 40 different countries, Rob, taking in this great sport, and just awesome to be a part of it. I mentioned how it's a family affair here. It is definitely that here in the heart of Tampa. We've got the food vendors here. We've got people just walking around the park, and it is really, really a sight to behold.
Yeah, it's pretty cool when you're out here and you're competing at any level and you get to run into somebody. And I've seen some autographs been given out, you know, just for the pros and the players to just kind of bump elbows as it is, and it's just a really cool atmosphere. I'm actually getting really excited for this match is about to play because I can feel the intensity as we get closer and closer to getting it going here. So I'm really excited for how this match is going to unfold for us here.
Yeah, Lucia Kovalova, she was outstanding yesterday, but with Kovalova and Wright, they love playing together because, of course, boyfriend and girlfriend, and that extends, of course, on the court as well. Makes for an interesting dynamic,
yeah,
just like it does with the Johns brothers. Anytime you're playing with family or playing with a girlfriend or a husband, a wife, whatever, it definitely makes it more fun.
Yeah, you know, some can say that it could work to your advantage or work against you, but these guys have certainly found a way to utilize it well. They are stone cold out there, and looks like we're going to get some formalities out of the way here. We get the paddle checks, ball checks, and it's going to be great.
So we're in Tampa here this weekend. The Red Rock Open in St. George, Utah is in a couple weeks. And then the double shootout, Newport Beach, California at the beginning of April.
Great venue.
And then at the end of May, Atlanta, Georgia, followed by Orange County and Takea as well. But talked about it, that Atlanta venue, yeah. Never been there. Oh,
these are some iconic facilities that we have here, some iconic venues. Atlanta, look forward to it every year. I mean, the deep roots, Chad Cromwell is the roots of that tournament, and now the PPA has acknowledged the importance of that facility, and it's just so fun being there in that Coliseum setting. So Atlanta, Georgia is going to be a heated tournament for sure. Looking forward to all these, but especially Atlanta. Atlanta always holds a place in my heart. Newport shootout, that facility is getting better and better, and I mean, they've got a brand new stadium court that they got setting up there, so it's always nice to see the boys at the Newport facility. And yeah, let's go. 2021, here we are.
Had such a great time last week at the JW Marriott in Phoenix. A perfect setting, right in the middle of the desert. And Simone Jardim winning the Triple Crown along with Ben Johns. It's not going to happen on the men's side with Ben Johns this week, but Simone, she is shooting for it, trying to complete it here today. The PPA Tour and the Pro Pickleball Association, just a few years old, the premier provider of pro and amateur pickleball of all ages.
And here at the HCC Tennis Center, if you listen closely, I believe you can hear Tom Brady doing push-ups in the background as we're right across the street from the Super Bowl Stadium itself here in Tampa, correct?
That's right. 43 years old, an inspiration, and he is just really ignited this town after COVID. You know, this town lost a lot of events. We were supposed to host WrestleMania here, Rob. That got wiped off the slate. The NCAA tournament was supposed to come here. That was a no-go. But the Buccaneers, along with the Lightning and the Tampa Bay Rays getting to the World Series. Right now, Tampa Bay is America's sports town.
Well, we said it last week with Tom. We're going to get a paddle in his hand one way or another, right?
Matter of time. Well, we saw Rick Barry yesterday.
Right.
Hannah had the chance to interview him, basketball legend.
Here we go, folks. Leigh Waters serving to Lucy Kovalova, game one. There's that wicked backhand from Lucy Kovalova, brought to you by Jigsaw Health for sure. That is her sideline. If you're ever out there, she lets you know that's her sideline. Third shot drive from Matt catches Leigh off guard. Point on the board. Here we go, folks. Nice intense right off the bat. Let's go.
1-0-1.
Right back to that same spot on Leigh, only this time she gets it back. Second serve, you can see that Matt Wright and Lucy Kovalova are stacking to keep Matt Wright's forehand in the middle. as well as Lucy's backhand.
Right at the feet of Lucy that time. Can't do anything with it. You explained stacking for our new viewers. Explain stacking in pickleball.
Nice. Well, in a nutshell, you know, as long as you are serving and receiving from the correct spot, after that you can be anywhere on the court. So a lot of players like to stack their team in terms of positioning strategically to be where they prefer and play to their strengths on the court. Out of the air dink from Matt Wright. Great handle from Leigh. McGuffin gets involved. Oh, a tough swipe into the net there. Tyson McGuffin, I feel like, is going to be the make or break this match. He's going to have to stay dialed in, take over when he's supposed to, let Leigh play when she's supposed to. Really looking for Tyson McGuffin to take control of this match.
Just got an extra flair with his play as Kovalova absolutely paints that sideline.
And right there, you know, Tyson doing what he needs to do, but Lucy Kovalova keeping him in check. That was a fantastic get, and to keep that ball in play. Well played. Great drop, the big swing.
Two 0-1 now.
Nice hands battle here. Off the net and into the chest of Leigh Waters.
So 3-0 here. Kovalova and Wright with the lead.
3-0-1.
Oh, Lucy, tremendous on the return. That one a little long though. Went head to head with McGuffin.
Yep, McGuffin doing exactly what he needs to do in this match. They got a little luck from off the net there, which caught Lucy a little off guard. That ball sails deep. Second serve though here, looking to crack this game one open. 3-0 lead. McGuffin with the swipe, but Kovalova with the counter. So good. Not in her house, not today, not ever. It's a great option by Tyson, but he might have to look elsewhere as Kovalova has that backhand loaded for that counter punch. There he goes, open her up on the sideline there a little bit. And a crack shot from Leigh. But Matt Wright backing it up as well. Matt Wright's so good and so discreet at the same time. Like, arguably some of the best hands in the game, and that's just one of the many strengths that he has out there. He's not a one-dimensional player by any means. And off the body of McGuffin for another point on the board.
And just like that, it is 6-0. Waters and McGuffin call timeout. They want to talk this over. So Kovalova and Wright pulling away here in the first game and looking awfully good. They're on a mission. Didn't end the way that they wanted to last week in Phoenix.
Yeah, you know, as they play more and more together, they're going to work out the kinks. On the McGuffin Waters side, you know Matt Wright and Lucy Kovalova are on the hunt this weekend, looking for that revenge against Johns and Jardim, who are always ready for them. It's going to be a clash of wills as we get later in the day here. A lot of great matches to come. This bracket is so deep. We have in the background Esquivel Newman, a unique team that we don't get to see too often, playing against Stratman and Smith right now in the background. Looking forward to see the winner of that one take on Franco and Goldberg, who have been doing their work. Franco and Goldberg are going to have to play against Deacon and Parento, who are still in the fight as well. So there's a lot of strong teams still in it. Susanna Barr, Tyler Loon, still fighting for some medal matches, and they have to take on Tarashenko and Deckelbar, which is occurring in the background as well. So
yeah, these matches begin so early in the morning. It is a marathon for these players. Of course, the mission just stay alive throughout the day. As right now, see Leigh Waters struggling just a little bit. Sometimes, Rob, during the course of the day, you hit a bit of a wall, and that could be happening right now with Leigh.
Right. Takes the mental plus the physical. Here we are. And great play by Tyson McGuffin on that last one. He's not getting discouraged by when Lucy's countered him. Yeah, they're down 7-0, but like we said, he's going to need to keep that fight up this entire match. And we are still, yeah, it's 7-0, but we are still very early in this best of 3-11 win by 2. Both teams undefeated in this double elimination format we have here.
Now Leigh picks things up, but Matt Wright with the overhand.
It's a beautiful counterpunch from Leigh Waters, but Matt Wright still in control even through that counterpunch. Still gets the ball down on her, setting himself up for that put away. Too good. On the board here, McGuffin serving to Matt Wright. Clash of Titans, court 1. Oh, the drive and the huge pull to Tyson's sideline. He's there. Leigh with the hustle into the drop.
Oh, just a little short on that return from McGuffin. You know, I watched Tyson McGuffin play. Just kind of different element. I kind of think of maybe the Andre Agassi of pickleball. Very loud.
Nice. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, he's got a big personality, and he's just a huge attribute to the game with what he brings to the table for sure.
7-1-2.
Long way to go. Waters can't return. Another point.
And here we are in 2021 at a Pro Pickleball Association event. Let's not forget, Tyson McGuffin is a national singles champion. He's also a tournament of champions, men's doubles, gold medalist. A lot of titles to his name as this game has evolved. He's definitely part of that evolutionary process as this game's gotten faster, quicker. Oh, that's a great reset by Waters. She forces Lucy to play that next ball. It's kind of the difference between the counter punch and the block. You know, you don't want to get into that firefight every time, especially against a team like Matt Wright and Lucy Kovalova. The scramble, Lucy Kovalova in the zone.
She has nails so far here in this match. Just has a different look about her right now. She means business.
Absolutely.
2-8-2.
She actually came to the booth earlier today before we went on the air, and she was making sure everything was good with our coverage as well. That's just out. Wright will chase it down, but six-point lead for Wright and Kovalova. McGuffin now trying to go after Lucy. She's not having it.
Woo! Tyson McGuffin looking to attack that middle, showing no respect for the Lucy Kovalova backhand, and Lucy just demanding it as she returns every single ball. That's a much better spot. Ball was higher there, so he was able to get that angle, but that's a great spot for McGuffin. Hopefully he looks there again.
9-2-2.
9-2-2 here in game 1.
Oh, just in. Nicely done from Leigh Waters. Leigh Waters, a former tennis player at University of South Carolina. Here you see some of that skill. Husband played golf and was also a Gamecock. Oh, beautiful shot. And now Leigh's game starts to come alive.
She's definitely going to need to come with. They got the ball back in their hands. It's 2-10-1 here, so they defended a game point there. Matt Wright getting big. Tyson with the attempt at the reset. Matt's going to look to keep him back. Yeah, that's just good pressure from Matt Wright. Another day at the office.
2-10-2.
Trying to get side out back here. It'll be another point for Waters and McGuffin.
It's a good swing from Leigh on that one. Yeah, Leigh Waters, also the current reigning women's doubles national champion with her daughter.
That's a very, very quick serve from McGuffin. Not going to get over the net this time, but the way he flicks his wrist so quickly.
Yeah, he's got a unique motion. It is kind of deceivingly compact. Known for having one of the better serves in the game.
And that's going to do it for game number 1. 11-3, impressive for Kovalova and Wright. Waters got going a little bit late in that game. McGuffin played steady throughout the game. Let's take a look at that last point.
It's a tough deficit to be in. Leigh Waters looking for that attack on that third, looking to punish that third, but still that ball's dropping in on her as it's coming in. It's going to be in the net for game 1, folks. Going to take a quick break here, and we will come back for game 2, folks. Thanks for joining us. We will be right back after this Jigsaw Health commercial break.
You're watching Championship Court. And some of the great pickleball players in the world: Matt Wright, Lucy Kovalova, Tyson McGuffin, Leigh Waters. Game number 2. After game 1 went to Matt and Lucy, Tyson and Leigh now try and even the score as Tyson hits the first shot into the net.
Tough miss. Our first side out here in game 2. Lucy Kovalova always looking to dictate the match. Matt gets involved, using his time well. Oh, right back into that stone wall that is Lucy Kovalova's backhand.
She's been so good today. She has been on it, to say the least.
Nice deep return. Can she keep Matt Wright back? And Matt Wright cracks the ball. What a great option to have.
Just a little bit long on the return. And just like that, out to a 4-0 lead. Remember, just play to 11. Oh, there's Wright, just waiting in the wings and just absolutely destroyed it.
5-0-2.
Waters and McGuffin desperately need a side out. Kovalova unable to get it over, and here it is.
McGuffin coming out on top on that that attack at Lucy's backhand there. I believe it's about 6 or 7-2 on that. Another huge backhand. To Matt Wright's forehand, just a powerhouse combo.
0-5-2.
McGuffin seems to be in a little bit of an autopilot mode here. Not exactly going through the motions, but a little one-dimensional in terms of the game plan. I'd like to see him kind of use the data and perhaps test some other waters here. Little net look there. I like to see him. He's tripping with his partner right now. There's the life. There's the pulse we're looking for.
2-5-2.
Quick serve from McGuffin.
There.
I think Tyson may have heard you here, Rob. I have a feeling he's going to reach into the bag of tricks. Not yet, though. Matt Wright has one more thing to say about it.
That's a tough ball. Leigh Waters, you know, living in Florida, perhaps a little more used to the heat than others, but that doesn't mean anything as to how hot it has been out here today. Long days, a lot of battle. This is some good play here. Lucy Kovalova mixing it up. McGuffin sticking it to that sideline.
Lob attempt. McGuffin on it.
There it is. Great play. Just not necessarily attacking that overhead because he was definitely off balance and whatnot, but you know, keeping it in play, not having to play the bounce and keeping that court positioning. Props to McGuffin. He's scrapping. Some good dinking from Kovalova. They're trying to pin her down. Catches her off guard. Nice. There's that strategic fight that we needed to see. Let's see if they can keep it going.
And Waters hits it a little bit long. Second serve will be coming up here. 5-2, game number 2. Drew Felios, Rob Cassidy, Hannah Johns joining us throughout this marathon coverage. And our crew has just done a splendid job once again here in Tampa. Kovalova and Waters going at it. Now Wright steps in and Waters hits it wide.
Unreal for Matt Wright to step in and cover that middle.
Rob, anytime you're in those firefights, you still got to stay disciplined. That is so challenging in this sport, isn't it?
Absolutely. And yeah, just to speak to that, you know, oh, that ball stays in. You know, as opposed to the counter punch that we really like to do, we want to attack that high ball. Leigh Waters here actually won. You know, it's only occurred once, but she won when she decided to block and reset as opposed to counterpunch. Lindsay Newman is one of the best at that, just to have that discipline, like you said, to reset as opposed to respond with offense. Someone might need to tell her, but she's 1 for 1 on those, and if she could work it in a different way, they definitely need to make the adjustments and change this game around. So
it's time now for a hydration break brought to you by Jigsaw Health. We'll be back in a moment.
I think this is going to be our most successful launch ever. I'm really excited.
Hey everybody, I have your coffee.
Awesome.
There you go, boss.
Ben, mine was supposed to be iced.
I asked for soy milk.
I ordered a 9-shot, 1-pump mocha, non-fat, no whip with exactly 4 shakes of cinnamon. This is only 3.
I'm sorry, guys. I can fix this. Let me just get these back.
You should probably stick to pickleball.
Mine's plain water.
Back here on championship court, 11-3, 7-2. Here in game number 2, Drew Felios with Rob Cassidy, pickleball pro himself. Taking in another great Sunday of competition before we get ready in 2 weeks to head to St. George, Utah. We're in Tampa, and that one is just wide from McGuffin.
oh, and a huge put away from Lucy Kovalova, splitting the uprights there. Interesting stuff as this game continues. They've oh, nice. We see a no switch from Tyson here. They've been switching to put Tyson on the right side with Leigh's forehand in the middle. Various reasons for that. Perhaps keeping Tyson in front of Wright. They finally decided to switch it up here, but doesn't look like much is working right now. Kovalova Wright running away with it here. The winner's side of the bracket.
7-point lead. Oh, Matt Wright, so good on that return.
He's got the iconic stare down into the high five with Lucy Kovalova there. Match point here.
Trying to make quick work of McGuffin and Waters. And that is going to do it. Wright and Kovalova will advance. Oh, that was impressive. The duo from Wichita takes another step towards claiming a championship here in Tampa.
That's right, they will move on, and if you're still here and you're still a McGuffin and a Leigh Waters fan, they are not out of it yet, folks. They can climb back in, right back to this center stage to keep up the fight. Stay hydrated, get some shade here, guys. We might see them again. Congratulations to Lucy Kovalova and Matt Wright.
I think we certainly will. We'll come back in just a moment. Stay tuned.